Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Oxygen Not Included. Now, in this episode here, I wanted to take a look to see if the Super-Duper Duplicant Challenge map could actually survive in a post-Outbreak update world. So right now, you can see this map here has actually progressed a little bit from where it was. I actually spent an hour and a half recording in this game, but I trusted OBS a little bit too much, and it turned out it recorded absolutely nothing. It wasn't my fault this time. It actually didn't record. I have actually talked to the computer before and just never hit go, but this time it wasn't my fault. So, let me tell you, I have no other way to reproduce what happened here, so I'm going to give you a summary of what happened. For the most part, if we take a look at the germ overlay, since this map is an old map, it doesn't have a lot of the germs that new maps have as far as the slime biomes and all of that stuff. The only germs I have over here that are really being produced are coming from the puffs. So the puff poo is giving off a little bit of slime lung, but for the most part, my duplicants don't mind it at all. You can see that after all of these cycles, which I don't know if this has been about 10 or so cycles at this point, which is a lot considering how much polluted oxygen was in my base. If you remember back, it was tons and tons of polluted oxygen. They're still all at 100%. So I'm not sure if that number, I know you can select like high, medium, or low, or whatever it is, based on how vulnerable your immune system is. But for the most part, these guys are not having issues with getting sick at all. One of the things that is happening here is that I got rid of a lot of the outhouses and went completely to the lavatories. And one of the things I did is take all of the water that I'm getting from this steam geyser and start pumping that into the lavatories, and also running 4 showers as well. So duplicants that do get germy do run over to the showers and they get cleaned up. That produced a lot of polluted water which has germs in it. And then actually, unfortunately, that broke this little basin right here. It eventually, just too much water pressure built up and that broke. However, I was already digging down here. And in this space, you can see there's a lot of polluted oxygen, a lot of mixed gases. However, the one thing that is in this area is there was a lot of chlorine gas. And that chlorine gas has kind of settled its way, or it's working on settling its way, kind of right in between the layers here. So there's some carbon dioxide, some polluted oxygen that's moving around, but chlorine gas, there's quite a bit of it in this space. So I've decided, you know what, this seems like a good spot for a little bit of overflow, so I dug down here, and this is where all of my polluted water, and you can see how many germs are in that. Look at that, 2.5 million germs as far as the food poisoning germs are concerned. But this seems like a good area, and a good area to also empty out the bottles. But for the most part, or I should say, for every duplicant on my map, none of them have been getting sick, and all of the germs have been remaining controlled. So that has not been a problem at all. The one thing that has happened is Travoldo the Undertaker, unfortunately, did die. He was not running fast enough on his hamster wheel and eventually suffocated. One of the big changes that happened between the last map and this map, I guess, was that prior to the outbreak, is that the polluted oxygen was not actually being consumed by the duplicants, and in this one they are consuming. So that changed the gas pressure, and as you can see, it actually cleaned up my base a lot. So in this area is all nice clean oxygen. I mean, it's really working out quite well. The hydrogen bubbler systems here are the electrolyzer systems are working really good as far as their ability to kind of fill this space with nice gas. And I also added a few more down here just to kind of spread out some of that gas as well. But for the most part, I really hadn't had to change all of that. This system is continuing to work and continuing to work well. The one problem I did have, or maybe start to have down here, is the air scrubbers, which are now called carbon skimmers. I had to add another one of these because this system over here was starting to overpressurize quite often. So as you can see here, I have a little bit of problem with the amount of power that I'm drawing out of this, so I gotta do some more rebalancing of the actual physical wires themselves. But for the most part, this system is really existing well in the post-outbreak update world. So it's working out well, guys. It works out really good. From more of a vlog perspective, what have I been up to? Because you haven't seen a lot of videos recently. I actually just got back from a vacation about a week ago. I was on vacation, and I was down in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where my sister was getting married to her now husband, Alex. So I was down there, and we were able to take that in. Also kind of visited some stuff down there in Albuquerque and ended up in San Antonio, Texas, which was quite nice. And all in all, it was a pretty good vacation. So I'm just trying to get the wheels rolling, get back into the momentum as far as making YouTube videos. And one of the cool things, one of the conversations I had down there was actually meeting up with another YouTuber who my sister knew and was there at the wedding. And he actually just went full-time in YouTube with about 40,000 subscribers. He's into a little bit of a different market, but we got talking about it, and it was kind of cool to see that and quite inspiring. So I don't know. That's got me thinking a little bit, but for the most part, I had a good vacation, and we're getting back into it, and I want to see more of a technical base. I think the next time is going to be the next series. I think this is going to be it for the Super-Duper challenge. What I want to try to do is that mega base challenge. So that's going to be building a lot of these technical systems that we've developed over the last 50 or so episodes of Oxygen Not Included. So really making a less duplicant based map, but like higher tech systems, and integrate that into one build, and then also have little spurs off where we do maybe design challenges and different systems that I then take and integrate into that map. I think that's going to be the path forward here for the Oxygen Not Included series, and I really look forward to that. So this was the summary. Yes, the Super-Duper Duplicant challenge base surprised me in that it survived quite well in the post-Outbreak world. Nobody's getting sick at all. So how about that? Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully, if I've earned a subscription, then thank you so much for that. Sorry that I couldn't show you the rest of kind of the progression of this map, but, you know, unfortunately, some things happen that way. So I look forward to these new episodes that are going to be coming out in the new series here, and, you know, what all that includes. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. Stay awesome. Peace. Brothgar out.